Hello folks, it's Matthew. We are back, and it's now time for episode 41 of the World Edition. So I'm going to get to go immediately. Going the distance. Welcome back to Mazunda, where frontrunner Lily Karam is seconds away from clinching victory at the 23rd 3R race. This is fantastic, Matthew. The roar of the crowd, the anticipation. I know we're here on the trail of a somber diamond smuggling operation that we've tracked through Africa, and our every move has been hindered by a somber mole inside the Bureau. But I'm grateful they've chosen the famous 3R race to conceal their smuggling operation. What a stakeout. Here's Karam in the Debrils Diamond Sponsor car flying up the track now. I've never seen anything like this. In her very first year, Lily Karam has won the 3R race. But there's something wrong. Lily is dragging someone from the car. Her co-driver, Nomina Leroy, is unconscious. This doesn't sound good, Matthew. We better go see if we can help. Lily, are you okay? What's wrong with your co-driver? I don't know. Halfway through the race, she started feeling sick. There was nothing I could do. It's okay, Lily. I'll take off this rally gear while Matthew checks up on your co-driver at the finish line. As you can see, I did some repeats of cases to pass the time. And as a result, I got myself 26 of the instant hint finders. Already up to third. We're too late, Matthew. Nomina Leroy is dead, and it wasn't natural causes. Look at her blackened arm. What about those diamonds in Nomina's hands? And that pouch of diamonds you picked up? We're here to stop Sombra smuggling diamonds, and we find a woman murdered with diamonds in her hands. This can't be a coincidence. Nomina's death has to be connected with these smugglers, and her murderer probably is too. I agree, Matthew. Collecting a sample from that stain on the pouch is a good first step. That's a Debrils racing wallet. Do you think it was Nomina's? Then we should have a look inside. And as for Lily, she was right in the car with her. Maybe she can tell us more about what happened to Nomina during the race. I know we came here to stop Sombra's diamond smuggling, Matthew, but hopefully solving this murder will lead us straight to them. I'm going to get some stars, so sit tight. Okay, I got myself 6 stars. Let's talk to Lily Karam first. Lily, I'm sorry for what happened, but Matthew needs to have a word. What happened to Nomina? I don't know. Nomina was fine when we started the run, but halfway through she said she felt sick. Then she passed out. I'm still doing that. She passed out during the race and you didn't stop to help her? Stop where? The course is a narrow jungle track. I knew it was serious, but there was nothing I could do. I had to finish the race to get assistance. Lily, when we found Nomina, she was holding some very expensive diamonds in her hand. Did you know she had them? I never seen them before. I don't know what Nomina was involved in, but without her assistance I was lucky to finish the race in one piece. She put me in serious danger. Alright. Well, if you start feeling sick, get to a doctor straight away. By the way, I also want to tell you that I have been having a tough week lately because I had to experience death not once but twice on 2 people I haven't even met before. That yellow substance you collected from the pouch smells familiar, Matthew, but I can't put my finger on it. Let's get this sample to Lars and these diamonds secured. They must be worth a fortune. 3 hours. And let's examine the wallet. Nine. Meet me at the art gallery. What does that note from Nomina's wallet say, Matthew? Meet me at the art gallery? That must be the Lumumba Art Gallery, where the rally prizes are being awarded. Let's get there. Ready, set, go. Got me another card, a 10 of hearts. What's the art gallery going to provide us? Some good clues, I hope. Okay. Not my best opening score, but hey, still learning the ropes. You found a Derringer pistol, Matthew. Who would bring a gun to a cocktail party? We should dust it for prints. And you can't help yourself, can you? Gotta look at every pile of torn up paper you can. But you're usually right about these things. Let's put that paper back together and see what we can find. Gonna get some stars first, let's sit tight. Okay, I got 7 stars. Let's examine the gun. There we are. Looks like you got a complete set of prints from that gun, Matthew. Let's run them through the database. Alright. Lavinia Debrils again. The fingerprints on that gun you found in the art gallery match Lavinia Debrils? We know Debrils Diamonds have sponsored a racing team, so Lavinia's presence makes sense. But what is she doing with that fancy firepower? I think we should have a word with Lavinia Debrils about her sudden interest in firearms, Matthew. Let's see what she has to say. Mr. Brills, Ranger Matthew found this gun with your fingerprints on it. You found my Derringer, Ranger Matthew. I can be awfully forgetful at these soirees. So many hands to shake. Would you care to explain why you're at a cocktail party armed? After you warned me in Kenya of that shady organization following me, I decided to take my personal safety more seriously. Mr. Brills, we have reason to believe the same organization is using the rally to smuggle diamonds through Mazunda. You mean the diamonds these swine have been stealing from me? Well, it's a relief to have you here then, Ranger Matthew. It goes beyond your diamonds. We're investigating the murder of Nomina Leroy. She was the co-driver for the DeBrills racing team. Did you know her? A murder, you say? Ghastly. Perhaps I met the girl once or twice, but I can't recall. You'll have to excuse me, I am so frightfully busy at these events. Please be careful, Mr. Brills. This killer is ruthless, highly motivated, and still on the loose. Check for $1 million. Matthew, that's the check they're presenting to the winner of the 3R race. You're right. Not only is there the coat of arms for Mazunda, the crowd of Mazunda itself is presenting the money. Wait a minute. We know the Prince of Mazunda. It's Prince Abiyoe. Does that mean he's returned to Mazunda? I thought he was in exile because of the diamond smugglers plaguing his country. Now the prince returns for a race we know is a front for diamond smuggling. I think talking to Prince Abiyoe is a royal idea, Matthew. About his return to Mazunda. Prince Abiyoe, after Matthew caught your would-be assassin in South Africa, I thought you'd want to keep a low profile. Now we find you preparing to award the winner of the 3R race with a $1 million check. It is good to see you, Ranger Matthew. The people of Mazunda begged for my return, and it is why I am here. You sound very cheerful considering there's been a gruesome murder, and quite a coincidence that our investigation into the diamond smuggling brought us to this very rally. I have heard about this murder, a terrible crime. And I know of these rumors of smuggling, but presenting this award is too important to Mazunda. I am a prince. I won't be forced into hiding like a tiny mouse. Now you are here, Ranger Matthew. You will catch these killers and smugglers. Then Mazunda's people can know justice. We will bring your justice, Prince Abiyoe. Let's just hope you are on the right side of it. Okay, that will do. I'm going to get some more stars, but I'll have all the stars collected by the time this is done. So for now, this is Matthew. See y'all then. Alright folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the yellow liquid right now. This is an amazing find, Matthew. Rich and complex. A toasty, nutty aroma. I'm confused. Weren't you supposed to be testing the substance on the pouch of diamonds Matthew found next to the body? That's what I did. It turns out the stain on the pouch was champagne. Angela found no champagne on the victim, so it must have come from the killer. So the killer drinks champagne? What kind of killer toasts their own murder? And how's the killer connected to these diamonds? I agree, Matthew, we've got a lot more work to do, but at least we know her killer drinks champagne. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. Quite a mystery you brought me, Matthew. I had to dig into my old research to find out what poisoned Nomina Leroy. It must have been a strange poison to stump you, Angela. That's because it wasn't a poison at all. It was a venom, specifically the venom of Bitis nasicornis. Bitis what now? The rhinoceros viper. It's a venomous viper from the forests of West Africa. The venom of the rhinoceros viper causes human flesh to rot, which explains the severe necrosis of Nomina's left arm. A snake bite? Could it have been an accident? Not a chance. When I studied the entry wound, I found something quite peculiar. The snake that bit Nomina had its fangs defiled in order to allow more venom to enter the victim. It's a peculiar technique and certainly dangerous for the surgeon as well as the snake. Whoever performed the operation must have extensive knowledge of ophiology. Ophiology? Come on, Angela, I don't have a dictionary in my pocket. Ophiology is the study of snakes. The killer must have extensive knowledge of snakes. You heard Angela, Matthew. A snake-handling killer is on the loose, and we have to catch them in case they strike again. Okay, Matthew, we were hoping to catch Sombra at the finish line of the Road Rage Rally, but instead we stumbled on a murder. Nomina Leroy was killed by a snake bite and found clutching diamonds in her hand. We know Sombra was using the race as a cover for a diamond smuggling operation. And if Sombra's involved, there's got to be more diamonds than those we found. So where's the rest of the shipment? And was Nomina working for Sombra, or did she steal those diamonds? Hopefully catching her killer will bring us closer than ever to Sombra. Let's just hope we can make some headway with a traitor on our team. Matthew, I've done some more tests on Nomina and the snake bite that killed her. And I know exactly where she was killed. Bam! We'll find out where that is in Chapter 2. Alright folks, we're back. Let's start Chapter 2 of Going the Distance, Case 41. Okay, Matthew, we were hoping to catch Sombra at the finish line of the Road Rage Rally, but instead we stumbled on a murder. Nomina Leroy was killed by a snake bite and found clutching diamonds in her hand. We know Sombra was using the race as a cover for a diamond smuggling operation. And if Sombra's involved, there's got to be more diamonds than those we found. So where's the rest of the shipment? And was Nomina working for Sombra, or did she steal those diamonds? Hopefully catching her killer will bring us closer than ever to Sombra. Let's just hope we can make some headway with the traitor on our team. Matthew, I've done some more tests on Nomina and the snake bite that killed her. And I know exactly where she was killed. The venom of the rhinoceros viper takes roughly 6 hours to cause cardiac arrest. There's only one place Nomina could have been bitten 6 hours previous to her death. The jungle pit stop, the last place they would have stopped during the race. This is just what we needed, Matthew. Let's see if we can catch up to our killer at the jungle pit stop. Got it. Are you gonna get the first star? No. I know it's not the time, Matthew, but I'm getting some great behind-the-scenes shots of the 3R race. I couldn't find any leads on Nomina's murder, unfortunately. Did you have any luck? That glass jar has a snake skin inside. Why would someone be carrying that around? You're right, the jar might have been used to transport the snake that killed Nomina. There's a residue left on the skin. Let's see if we can vacuum up a sample. That torn paper seems out of place too. Let's put it back together. And this is a spike trap. That's used for puncturing car tires in police pursuits. If you hit one on a rally track, you could be killed. You're right, Matthew. There's a substance on the spikes. Let's collect a sample and see if we can identify our saboteur. Oh, I'm gonna get everything right now. Get some energy while I'm at it. Just got 8 in time. That substance you collected looks like blood, Matthew. It's not surprising considering how sharp these spike traps are. Let's get this sample under the microscope and see if we can find a match in the Bureau's database. One more. Thomas Mullen. The blood on this spike trap is a match for Thomas Mullen? Matthew Thomas Mullen is the 6-time winner of the 3R race. He's one of the greatest rally racers that have ever lived. You think if his blood is on the spike trap, it means he was trying to sabotage the Debrils racing team? I'm sure it's a misunderstanding Mullen will correct in person, Matthew. For your sake, I hope so, Carmen. Of course, it has been a bit of a tough week. There's lost 2 people in Hawaii. One former newscaster who I grew up watching, Kirk Matthews, and just yesterday, one of the senators, Mark Takai, died. Mr. Mullen, it's a pleasure to meet the winner of the last 6 3R races. I'm a big fan. Not another fan. Not now, I'm busy. I'm sorry. This is Ranger Matthew from the Bureau. We're actually here to talk to you about the murder of Nomina Leroy. She was the co-driver for the Debrils Racing? She was the co-driver for Debrils Racing, yes. The team that beat me this year, so what? Well, we found a spike trap at the Debrils pit stop with your blood on it. You have to admit it doesn't look good. So I tried to puncture their tires, so what? This is just a little joke. All the teams do this. Sugar in the gas tank, spiders in the vents, this sort of thing. You should not worry so much. Maybe join me for a glass of champagne back at the lodge? Thank you, no. The mood's past. Okay, snakeskin. Got it. Yellow powder. If that snakeskin belongs to the snake that killed Nomina, that powder could lead straight to our killer. Let's get it to Lars, stat. "12 hours. I'll get the results tonight, and let's get to the torn paper right now. Photo. That's a photo of our victim. She must be 11 or 12, and it looks like she's won a go-kart championship. You're right, Matthew. That little girl beside her looks familiar. That's Nina Zaffi. She's the mechanic we met in Madagascar, and it looks like she was friends with Nomina. Chances are Nina still works with Nomina on races, which means she must be around. She could tell us more about our victim. Let's have a chat with her. About her connection to Nomina. Nina Zaffi, Ranger Matthew would like to have a word with you. It's nice to see you again, Ranger Matthew, but I can't right now after what's happened to Nomina. Actually, that's why we're here. Ranger Matthew found this photo of the two of you. We didn't know you were working for Jabrils Racing. Nomina got me the job. We were like sisters. Her family took me in after my own folks died. When we were young, we did everything together. We even had a pet snake together. His name was Bitey. But since I started working on the rally, we haven't talked much. Nina, we believe Nomina might have been involved with the diamond smuggling ring funded by a powerful criminal organization. Diamonds? I don't know anything about that. I'm sorry, Ranger Matthew, I have to go. This whole pit stop has to be packed up by nightfall. I'll let the yellow powder run its course, and when that is done, I'll get the results. For now, this is Matthew. See you then. Okay, folks, it's Matthew. We're back. Let's get the results of the yellow powder and see what Lars has to say. Bad news, Matthew. Holy God. Lars, what's wrong with your face? What happened to you? You look like someone tried to inflate you. About that, the powder you collected from the snake skin, I might have accidentally inhaled some of it. Oh my God, is it poison? Not exactly. Your sample contained traces of peanuts in it, and I have a minor peanut allergy. Minor? Lars, it looks like you have 3 sets of lips on your face. It's really not so bad, Matthew. The powder you collected was groundnut catfish mafe, a traditional fish and peanut curry from Mazunda. The killer must have used a jar to transport the snake and left some of their lunch behind. So our killer eats mafe. Thanks, Lars. Now please go and treat yourself. If Jack sees you like that, he'll have an aneurysm. I've seen people like that who've looked much worse. We found the skin from the snake that was used to kill Nomina, but where's the snake itself? Hey Matthew, did you know Lily is accepting the trophy for winning the 3R race? Wait, they're going ahead with the ceremony? Lily's co-driver is dead. I agree, Matthew, something's wrong here. Let's go. This has taken too long, but I'm here now. I won. I did it. Thank you, everybody. Lily, I can't believe this. Your co-driver was murdered and you're here celebrating your victory? Was I supposed to refuse the award? I worked too hard and for too long for that. I understand your pride, but I expected a little more compassion. Compassion's not my thing, Ranger Matthew. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to celebrate with a glass of champagne. I'm shocked, Matthew. I really am. I expected better from her. I guess you're right. Since we're here, we may as well take a look around. Who would have guessed that Lars has a peanut allergy? I know I wouldn't. Faded newspaper. Third place already. Do you have the Dalmatian out? That's Prince Abiyoi on the front of that newspaper. I can't make out what it says. Let's dust the newspaper and see what we can find. And that cell phone is quite tacky. Is that a golden snake on it? We better unlock it. I agree. And you know what? Since I have all the stars, I have 17 of them. Let's do it right now. Let's get everything taken care of. GH2, ESB, GQR. Bam! 9. Drats, you got the phone unlocked, but everything's encrypted. Luckily, we got the best code breaker in the world on our side, Matthew. Let's get the phone to Elliot. $12. Get the results tomorrow at lunch. And let's find out what this newspaper tells. UN probes into the crown for corruption. Prince Abiyoi is sure making news. He's being investigated for corruption. The prince told us he had returned from exile to fight for Mazunda, not because he was back to line his pockets. You're right, Matthew. Let's see what he says. We've got our lead. Now let's interview the source. About the corruption scandal? Ranger Matthew, welcome. Would you care to join me for some traditional Mazundan mafe? How about you tell Ranger Matthew what you know about these corruption allegations? Oh yes, this is quite embarrassing. No one in power is innocent. I have done things in the past, things I am not proud of. I can't believe it. All this time you acted noble. You were as dirty as the rest of them. You must understand, many years ago Mazunda was a poor nation. Powerful men paid the crown large amounts of money to ignore their criminal enterprise. But I saw the damage it was doing to my people, so I am fighting this corruption. This is why these things are being printed. I am a threat. How can we believe you now? Ranger Matthew saved your life, and then you lie to us? I have never lied to you, Ranger Matthew. Lying is for small men. I swear I know nothing of this murder, nothing of the people who killed her. I hope Ranger Matthew can believe you, Prince Abiyoi. No one is above the law, not even you. He's clear for now. He doesn't fit the other criteria. I will admit, though, there were times when I really wished I could have arrested Om Padmasana, but we know that's not going to happen anytime soon. Okay, I'll let the encrypted cell phone run its course. I'll get the results tomorrow. So for now, this is Matthew. See y'all then. Alright, folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the encrypted cell phone. I'm alive. I'm dead. I am the stranger. Elliot, if you have a second, we need the results on that phone. Matthew, Carmen, I was just not singing. Anyway, the encryption on the phone was pretty standard stuff, expensive but generic. Which makes sense when you're the heiress of DeBrill's diamonds. So the phone is Lavinia's. Did you find anything inside? One message did catch my interest. This is not a negotiation. Do what you're told, and you'll never guess who it was sent to. Nomina. Lavinia threatened Nomina. Last time we spoke to her, she said she couldn't remember who she was. I'd say it's time we talk to Lavinia, Matthew, and ask her what this message was about.
Even with my accident?
No problem here.
Great. But can I sign up online?
Sure, you can do it now on your mobile phone. Get an anonymous online quote now.
About her threat to the victim?
I think the girls love athletics.
Ranger Matthew, how lovely to see you again. Are you okay, Mr. Brills? It seems like you've had a few too many glasses of champagne. I'm not okay. I lost my favorite phone. It has a big golden snaky thing on it. I love snaky things, don't you? Ranger Matthew found your phone and your threat to Nomina. That girl wanted her own car for next year's rally. She hadn't even finished this one and she was making demands. That's odd. Your message sounded more like you were trying to force Nomina to do something. I don't even talk what you're knowing about. I'm hungry. I think I'll have some more of that mafe. Wait, we're not done with you. It's useless, Matthew. She's drunk as a skunk. And she's in the running now.
Focuses on comparing hotels and works very hard
A rally is a dirty place for a murder, Matthew, and we're a long way from the finish line. Nomina's murder has to be connected to Sombra's diamond smuggling ring, but we don't know how. Where do those diamonds in Nomina's hand come from, and where is the rest of the shipment? Matthew, you have to talk some sense into him. He's going nuts. Marina, are you okay? Who's going nuts? Jonah, he's furious that you're interrogating his sister for murder. He's threatening to leave the bureau. Uh-oh. You had to figure that was going to happen.
3,000 of the hottest new movie releases, starting at $3.99, like Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice. Just go to Movies on Demand. All new in order, Batman vs.
We'll try to convince Jonah to stay in Chapter 3. Alright folks, we're back. Let's start Chapter 3 of Going the Distance. A rally is a dirty place for a murder, Matthew, and we're a long way from the finish line. Nomina's murder has to be connected to Sombra's diamond smuggling ring, but we don't know how. Where do those diamonds in Nomina's hand come from, and where's the rest of the shipment? Matthew, you have to talk some sense into him. He's going nuts. Marina, are you okay? Who's going nuts? Jonah, he's furious that you're interrogating his sister for murder. He's threatening to leave the bureau. He wants to leave? After everything we've been through, I can't believe he would resent our work. That's because you're wrong. I know Lily's not involved in this murder. I'm going to prove it. Someone out there knows where these smugglers are, and I'm going to find out the old-fashioned way. Jonah, wait. I'll try to keep Jonah from hurting anyone, but please, Matthew, wrap up this investigation as fast as you can. We need to work fast, Matthew. I know what Jonah's capable of. We need to get back to the finish line and find something. Here we go.
He wore a dark hoodie, a tan construction jacket. His voice sounded. You're mine, bitch.
What you say, guy? Rescuer.
He was wearing this crazy guy, like some downtown superhero.
Envelope, stain.
I thought I was imagining things, but he punched the face in the face and chased me.
Did you see which way they ran?
Towards Houston Street. He really is a hero. He saved me.
Up to 5th already on the leaderboard. Sure, that'll change in the minutes to come.
To learn that the Soho rapist has struck for the 6th time in as many weeks. Sources tell us
Turn that noise off.
mysterious hero said to be wearing a armor.
I thought you and Rollins were looking at security cam footage.
On it.
Is anybody else working this case besides the masked Avenger?
Say what you want about him, but it's like...
We need to find Nomina's killer before Jonah does something stupid, Matthew. Did you find anything? Those are Nomina's pace notes. They're the instructions the co-driver calls out to the driver during the rally.
The victim.
But it looks like something else was written on the opposite page. Let's see if we can recover it. That camcorder might have captured part of the action we missed. Let's unlock it and see what's on it. But what is that envelope of cash doing here? There's a message on it. You can't buy my loyalty, Nomina. Our victim tried to bribe someone.
Footage from the house.
There's no signature, but that substance on the envelope might tell us who wrote this. Come on, Matthew. With Jonah and the killer out there, it's only a matter of time until someone gets hurt.
Even so, Metro card is swiped. You could have charged it.
Alright, I'll take it. Tomorrow, Rollins, see if you can track it down.
You can't imagine Metro going to a full dead employee. I don't have time for that. 135,000 people work here.
Go to the police once and not to make time.
Do your job or you're dead. Uh-oh. That's from Lily. The message on Nomina's pace notes reads, do your job or you're dead. And it was written by Lily. I can't believe she threatened her co-driver. Jonah's not going to be happy with this, but we have to ask Lily about this message.
Finally, we just let her sleep in bed with us.
about her threat. Lily, what the heck is this message on Nomina's pace notes about? Did you really threaten to kill her? I did, but only because Nomina almost killed us. After the first week, she stopped doing her research on the courses. I was driving blind. I had to write those pace notes myself. I left that message so she'd start doing her job. Lily, I know this race meant a lot to you, but you have no idea. I ate nothing but mafe for weeks. I ignored the files, the heat, black mambas crawling into our caravan. And you want me to feel bad for her? Yes, because she's dead. God, Lily, I can't believe your brother's trying so hard to defend you. My brother used to kill people for money. He left me behind. I'm surprised you trust him, honestly. So unless you've got charges, Ranger Matthew, leave me the hell alone. Lily's never been a warm person, Matthew, but I've never seen her like this. Let's hope we don't have any bad news for Jonah at the end of this. I hope not either. There we are. Green liquid. Great! Let's get the sample to the lab and hope it tells us who Nomina tried to bribe. Okay, that's 9 hours. Get the results tonight. And locked camcorder. Get another 9 here. Q9. GE8. Just got the 9 in time. Hopefully this camcorder you unlocked will show us something when we watch the tape, Matthew. Thomas Mulan, Cooper Anderson from Wolf News. Care to comment on your first loss in the 3-hour race in 7 years? I have no comment. That I lost to these stupid girls is unbelievable. You're referring to DeBrills Racing, the team whose co-driver has been murdered. Yes, I know Nomina is dead. Good riddance. I told her she would die as she drove in this race. Get this camera out of my face. Janai Mar de Cesalad. Did Thomas Mulan just admit to telling Nomina she'd die as she drove in the race? I can't believe I bought his World Championship DVD series. Let's go bust Mulan's chops, Matthew.
Got you beautiful, Andy. DNA, Metro card. You're done, kid.
Just mad because I made you run. Andy, we have a pig stick. We used to cut their hair.
About his threat to Nomina? Would you care to tell Ranger Matthew why you told Nomina she would die as she drove in this race? Because she was young and stupid. Every year there was some accident, some problem. The Mambas and the Vipers. I had to study these snakes just to compete. The 3R race is no place for a woman. Sir, you're a raging misogynist. You couldn't bear the thought of a woman beating you, right? How far would you go to stop them? I thought the spike trap would be enough. I was wrong. Now they are saying my career is over, but you've not heard the last of Thomas Mulan. I don't think you'll do well in prison, which is where Matthew will send you if you're involved in this murder. Green liquid will run its, I'll let it run its course. So for now, this is Matthew. See you then. Alright folks, we're back. Let's get the results of the green liquid from Lars. Good to see you again, Matthew. As you can see, I've recovered from my peanut allergy. And I've got good news on the sample you found on that envelope. It was propylene glycol. Of course, engine coolant. Rally teams will often use their own mixture of coolant in their cars. Exactly, and the chemical fingerprint of this coolant matches the one used by the DeBrills Racing team. So, whoever refused Nomina's bribe must have been a part of DeBrills Racing. I agree, Matthew, it must have been Nina. Let's see why Nomina tried to pay her off. Would you care to explain to Ranger Matthew why Nomina tried to buy your loyalty? Tell us what that money was about. I can explain. I was making mafe one night and Nomina came into my caravan talking about a big score. I didn't know what to make of it, but after we had a bottle of champagne, Nomina said she was smuggling diamonds during the race and she wanted my help. So Nomina was complicit in the diamond smuggling. Nina, did she tell you where the rest of the diamonds are? I don't know. I didn't want any part of it. She gave me that money so I wouldn't talk. It made me so angry. We were like sisters, and she paid me off like some kind of servant. I gave it back. That was the last time I saw her. Well, Nina, I hope you're telling the truth, or you're going to wind up in a jam. Now she's in the running. I've calmed Jonah down, Matthew, but please tell me you found proof of Lily's innocence. I wish I could, but she was very aggressive and acting strangely. I don't think we can rule her out. Nina confirmed that Nomina was smuggling the diamonds, but was she killed because of that or out of professional resentment? And we still don't know where the rest of the diamonds are. What if Sabra has managed to retrieve them? You're right, Matthew. Everything started at the jungle pit stop where Nomina was bitten. We've got to find a breakthrough or it'll be too late. Okay. Toolbox. Milk. Dog tag. Got him. Is that Nomina's name on that toolbox? I know co-drivers help out with minor repairs during the rally. Let's see if she was hiding anything inside. And that looks like a smashed up videotape. Let's put it back together. Oh, let's take care of everything right now. Get it off my chest. Got it. That smashed up videotape you found at the pit stop looks important, Matthew. We need to see what's on it pronto. Let's get it to Elliot. Snake. R! Help me with this thing, Matthew. How did it even get in the toolbox? Phew! Thanks, Matthew. Let's get the snake to Lars. I have a suspicion we just made our breakthrough. And we're going to start both these things. I'll see you guys when these are done. So for now, this is Matthew. See y'all then. Okay, we're back. Let's get the results of the videotape now. You know what's great about this job, Matthew? How amazing I am at it. The tape you found at the pit stop was security footage, but there was this weird glitch in the footage. At first I thought it was a codec problem, but nothing seemed to work. Then I made my genius breakthrough. Don't keep Matthew waiting, Elliot. We've got a killer on the loose. The glitch wasn't a glitch. It was an image of something obscuring the camera lens. The killer must have covered the camera lens with a piece of African pattern clothing to conceal the murder. So the killer wears this African pattern. Great work, Elliot. Look what Lars gave me, Matthew. Her name is Craig. Ah! Sanjay, put that snake down. Lars, where are you? Get that thing locked away. Don't worry, Carmen. This little fella Matthew pulled out of Nomina's toolbox wouldn't hurt a fly. Although his fangs have been altered, which is consistent with the irregular bite mark on Nomina's hand. So this snake is our murder weapon and you gave it to Sanjay to play with? I cannot even, Lars! I'm sorry, I didn't think... Just tell Matthew you've got something on our killer. I do. You might have noticed the sharp spines on the rhino viper's back. Our killer cut themselves when handling it. The blood wasn't fresh, so the DNA fingerprint was damaged. But I can tell you this, the killer has blue eyes. Our killer has blue eyes. Come on, Matthew, we're within striking distance. It ain't Elvis Presley, but you know what? We'll see who it is. We're on the home stretch now, Matthew. Time to arrest this killer and solve this mystery for good.
Why are you so interested in me? This pictures turn you on? What's with your little brother make me sick? Shut up. Just screw around with someone here like you did with Jake?
It's not Lily Karam.
No.
It's Lavinia DeBrills. Who'd have thought?
My dad did stuff to me. Goodness me. Your head so bad you don't even know what you've done.
Lavinia DeBrills, you're under arrest for the murder of Nomina Leroy. I am quite sure I don't have a clue what you're talking about. The message you sent to Nomina, do what you're told. That wasn't about the race. It was about the diamonds Nomina was smuggling for you. What a marvelous imagination you have, Ranger Matthew. So what happened? Did Nomina want a bigger cut? She needed to go, but it had to look like an accident. That's why you planted the snake in her toolbox. Toolbox? Ranger Matthew, do I look like a handyman to you? But I'm guessing you hadn't counted on Nomina stealing some of the diamonds for herself, or us finding diamonds at the crime scene. Is that why you were carrying a Derringer around? Were you afraid Sombra may come after you for your carelessness? I don't need a gun for protection. I'm Lavinia DeBrills, heiress of DeBrills Diamonds. Sombra wouldn't dare touch me. I killed that stupid little girl for having the gall to blackmail me. She threatened to talk if I didn't give her her own rally team. What tiny dreams these peasants harbor. So you were smuggling diamonds for Sombra. How long has this been going on? I've been smuggling my diamonds illegally for years. To avoid taxes, for extra profit, anything to keep me from total boredom. But then Sombra asked me to move a massive shipment for them. So where is the rest of the shipment? If you tell Ranger Matthew where the diamonds are, it might go easier for you. Give up the diamonds? You've got to be out of your mind. Now be a good little doggy and fetch me my phone call. You can call your lawyer, but your days of ordering people around are over. You're under arrest. Lavinia DeBrills, you have been found guilty of murder and the illegal trafficking of diamonds. Your actions show a flagrant disregard for human life and contempt for international laws and treaties. Do you have anything to say in your defense? I will not lower myself to speak in this jumped-up kangaroo court. My lawyers will have you up to your necks in litigation. I, for one, will take the greatest delight in watching your overpriced charlatans try to wriggle out of a murder confession. Since you showed no remorse for your crimes and an unwillingness to comply with the request of officers, this court sentences you to 50 years in prison. I swear to you, I'll never do a day in jail. Never. We may have put Lavinia behind bars, Matthew, but those diamonds she was smuggling for Sombra are still out there. And if we don't find those diamonds before Sombra can smuggle them out of Mazunda, then they still win. The 3R race might be over, but we still got a race against the clock.
Finishes fifth, but wins $100,000.
And we'll get to the enemy within 5-6 next time. But first, look at the other ones. Prince Abioi cleared from the start. Thomas Mulan cleared early, doesn't eat Mafe. Nina Zaffi, brown eyes, not blue. Lily Karam, no African fabric. I'll see you guys for the enemy within 5-6. Alright folks, we're back. Let's go to the enemy within 5-6. Hi Matthew, nice to see you. Karma said she wanted to spend some time with Sanjay, so I'm filling in for her. If I've got this right, we came to Mazunda suspecting a connection between Sombra's diamond smuggling plans and the 3R race. But instead of Sombra, you stumbled upon Nomina Leroy, a rally driver murdered by Lavinia DeBrills. Turns out Lavinia had been working with Sombra to smuggle diamonds out of the country. And while Nomina had stolen a few diamonds, Lavinia refused to tell us where the rest of the diamonds are, which means Sombra might still make off with the shipment. You're right, Matthew. If there's anyone who could guess where Nomina stashed those diamonds, it's her childhood friend, Nina. Let's go talk to her. Matthew, do you have a second? Not exactly, Jonah. What's up? Marina said I should try to verbally express my inner turmoil instead of using physical violence to repress my feelings of despair and powerlessness. Cool. And that means... I think she wants me to stop busting people over the head with chairs. Anyway, I was hoping Matthew could help me look for my sister. Marina says I should reconnect with her. She's probably still at the finish line. Well, I'm not getting involved with that. Matthew, don't forget, we need to talk to Nina, and fast. Oh, let's do the finish line first, for the heck of it. Since it's already set for me to go. There we are. I can't find Lily anywhere, Matthew. Hey, that's Lily's duffel bag. Good find. Let's have a look through it. Plane ticket for Lily Karam. Matthew, why is there a plane ticket in Lily's bag? That ticket's for Brazil, and the plane's leaving today. We need to get to the airport. I have to talk to Lily.
Start seeing zero in all your purchases with a bank with Lucky American Express card or Visa credit card.
Hey sis, Matthew found your plane ticket. Oh, thanks. I've been looking for that everywhere. I almost missed my flight. So you were just going to leave without saying goodbye? You know I hate goodbyes. Besides, now that I've won the 3R race, there's nothing left for me here. About that, Karma says you've been acting pretty cold, you know, about Nomina's death and all. Marina says I should get in touch with my emotions, and maybe you should too. I don't know what you mean. I'm very upset. That's why I'm going to Brazil. Well, okay, it's been good to see you. Yes, it's been good to see you as well. I'll call you when I can. Sorry I got all emotional on you, Matthew. We've all had a lot on our plate with the mole and all. I won't let it affect my work. Lily didn't even take her bag with her. I guess you can have her Jabrill's racing helmet, Matthew. Now let's question Nina about the missing diamonds. Whoa, Nina, what are you doing? What does it look like I'm doing? I'm tearing this stupid car apart. This stupid, miserable Jabrill's racing car. I can't believe Lavinia killed Nomina. For what? For some stupid little rocks? I have to lose my best friend? About that, Ranger Matthew was wondering if you knew where Nomina might have stashed the rest of the diamonds. You think I care about those diamonds? I'd throw them in a river if I knew where they were. Oh, I'm sorry, Nina. Ranger Matthew and I see so much death we forget what it means to lose someone. It's okay, Ranger Matthew. You should take a look around the pit stop. It's the only place where Nomina could have hidden the diamonds. And please take this Jabrill's Racing payslip. I can't accept it anymore. I guess next week we'll find out who the mole is. I haven't really got a guess myself.
Just a solid weekend for us. We speed right off the truck. Jason Burnett and these boys did a great job, and just really pushed me through the race there. Put ourselves in good position. Got part of the Seas for us, and
Squirrel first aid kit.
Able to battle it out. So just a huge thank you to all the guys at the shop. Everybody that's a part of this race team. All these guys that work on this thing. Chevrolet, Hendrick Engines, everybody that touches this race car. All of our partners, Fresh Driving Culture,
There we are. Locked briefcase. Whoa, look at that high-tech lock on that briefcase. How much do you want to bet it's what Nomina was keeping the diamonds in? Let's get it open. Excuse me.
I don't even know if I can catch anything, but, like I said earlier, true testament to these guys, they work their tails off. And I know we went to Victory Lane, which is obviously where everybody wants to be, hats off to Kyle. But to be standing here, again, like I said, Xfinity and Comcast, all they do for sport. You couldn't ask for anything better. Thank you for all that you guys do.
Hiccups. N87, AEQ, K8B still got the 9 energy. Wait, this briefcase is empty. I'm lost, Matthew. I felt sure this briefcase would hold the missing diamonds. Wait, you're right. There's some kind of sparkly dust inside the briefcase. We better collect a sample.
Extra crispy $5 fill-up is freshly decorated by hand. It's a tasty real meal for just $5.
Am I an extra crispy boy?
Sure, kid. Extra crispy.
Perfect. Well, let's hope Lars can tell us what that sparkling dust from the briefcase is, Matthew.
At first, I thought I was just seeing things, but no, it's out there. Something's definitely out there. Whatever it is.
9 hours. I'll get the results tonight. For now, this is Matthew. See you then. Under unlimited energy happy hour, so I'm going to speed this up. The substance you collected from the briefcase was powderized diamond, Matthew. The powder is created when large amounts of diamonds rub together. This dust chemically matches the diamonds you found on Nomina's body. So the diamonds were in the case, but someone got there before us. Matthew, I couldn't help but overhear, and I think I can help. Unless you have some kind of somber diamond detector machine, I don't think there's much you can do. I've proven myself several times over, Matthew, and if you want my advice, you know where to find me. Well, I don't like it, but maybe you should talk to Michelle, Matthew. Maybe she really does have a diamond detector thingy.
There's Alex Martin for 20.
Yeah, now I gotta use a star on that. Nice going, Jack. So do you have a lead on our missing diamonds, Michelle? Maybe you could just call up one of your old Sombra buddies and ask where they are. Subterfuge is a Sombra agent's primary objective. We are trained to avoid suspicion at all times. Whoever retrieved your missing diamonds knows they are too hot to move out of Mazunda right now. So you're saying that the diamonds from the suitcase are likely to be close by? Exactly. My bet is Sombra will use a dead drop, a location where the diamonds are hidden until another agent can secure them. I'll start by reading over the Mazundan police's case files on the smuggling and see if I can find a likely drop point. This is ridiculous. Whoever has the diamonds has probably already sold them. I understand your skepticism, but if you want to find those diamonds, you're going to have to trust me. When I get a lead, I'll come find you, Matthew. Fine. Since we have to wait anyway, let's go grab lunch, Matthew. I'm starving. Thanks again for helping Jonah find his sister, Matthew. I think it was very important for his emotional development. I'm not sure it was the best use of Matthew's time. We still need to find those diamonds. Meanwhile, Michelle's wasting our time researching when we could be out there looking for them. I found a lead, Matthew. Some of the Mazundan authorities found shipments of diamonds with traces of paint on them. I think Sombra has been using the art gallery as a drop point for the diamonds. Let's go check it out. We need to make a quick stop here, folks. I think I'm almost out of room. And I was right, folks. I was down to 6 seconds. Let's investigate the art gallery. And as you can see, I'm under unlimited energy happy hour for this case only. Traffic cone, arrow, mass. Oh, that's the clue. You're right, Matthew. That African mask does look suspicious. Wait, the mask is hollow and those are diamonds hidden inside it. Sombra standards must be slipping, Matthew. There must be over $300 million worth of diamonds hidden inside that mask, and it's just sitting out in the open. The smuggler who moved the diamonds from the briefcase to the art gallery must have been stupid or desperate, but we still need to find out who they are. Well spotted. It looks like there's some kind of residue left on the outside of the mask. Let's collect a sample. Will this be another wait? Or... are we just going to get straight to the end? There we are. 8. You're right, Matthew. That substance you collected from the mask must be sweat. Let's get it under the microscope right away. We're getting it under the microscope. Here we are. Another 8 energy. Thomas's DNA. Uh-oh. The DNA from the sweat on the mask is a match for Thomas Moulin? It makes sense. Sombra would hire more than one rally driver to move the diamonds out of the country. My instinct says he wasn't in charge of the smuggling operation, but he may be able to tell us who his contact was. Let's interrogate Mr. Moulin, Matthew. Thomas Moulin, Ranger Matthews placing you under arrest for trafficking diamonds. We found your DNA on the African mask you used to smuggle diamonds for a criminal organization. I swear I don't know anything. I never even heard anything about the diamonds until Miss DeBrills messaged me. She said she could restore my career if I moved her diamonds. So Lavinia is the one who told you to put the diamonds in the mask and leave it at the gallery? Do you know who was supposed to collect them? I don't have a name. Lavinia said her contact at the Bureau would collect them. Please don't arrest me. Sure she did. Lavinia's contact inside the Bureau. Wait a second. Matthew, you're right. Lavinia's contact must be the Sombra Mole. Lavinia DeBrills knows the identity of the Sombra Mole. We need to get back to the Bureau right away. You're right, Matthew. Now that we know that Lavinia DeBrills has been working with the Sombra Mole, we need to interrogate her right away. Matthew, I just heard. Lavinia is still in custody at the station. I've been expecting you might want to talk to her again. Perfect. Matthew, let's go interrogate Lavinia. We need her to tell us who the mole is. Matthew, that's not going to be possible. Lavinia DeBrills has been murdered. What?
This is shaping. It's here, but it's there. Boom.
So it looks like we are going to have the next case be at the Bureau.
Shields from irritation for a close, comfortable shave. Pro Shield from Gillette.
Unbelievable. July 28th. We will see who the mole is. So for now, we will wait until July 28th. For now, this is Matthew. Well, first of all, let's get the sticker packs out of the way. Only 3. Oh, 5 new ones. Great. $56 in the recycle. Let's see. World Edition 28. Oh, this page is almost done.
I can't believe that he's been on the bike for a week, because to be this strong for both motos, I'm not sure. I'm not calling him out on it, I'm just saying that it's hard to believe. But watch this piece of door open, Martin just carries a ton of speed. Almost like Nelson thought, you know what, he's going to get me eventually.
We'll get to case 42 next time. So for now, this is Matthew. See you on July 28th.